everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Thrifting Adventures. My name is Stephanie, and my channel is all about how to save money from thrifting and make money from thrifting. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who's participated in this open collaboration, #AmazingThrift. I can't wait to watch everyone's videos sharing their amazing thrifts throughout the years and see what they're going to be sharing with everyone. And if you want to watch everybody else's videos, make sure to check out the playlist so you can watch everyone's videos and comment, give a thumbs up. And this item that I'm going to be sharing is actually something I bought a long time ago at the Goodwill outlet, aka the bins. And they only charged me $2 for this. They considered it a book. It is a vintage photographs book, and it's filled with photographs. You won't believe how old these photographs are and from where they're from. I can't wait to share it with you. All right, so when I first opened this beautiful photographs album, I noticed all the pictures looked to be close to 100 years old. I was thinking 1930s, 1940s. A lot of pictures of young women, young guys. Just great photographs in really nice condition. And then as I was flipping through, I noticed, here's some more. I noticed that the photographs, there was a lot of blanks and stuff, started showing military photos. And I wasn't sure which war this was, but looking at it from the cars and reading up a little bit about it, the pictures were from World War II. So I happened to do some research. Oh, here's a really nice one. So I did some research, and I noticed some of these camps were in California. There were over 21 training camps in California, and the average basic training for a soldier during World War II was around 12 to 14 weeks. I looked up some of the military vehicles and found out some information about them. This one wasn't a very common one here. It was a World War II tank called Caboose. Now, looking at this picture here, this is a Siesta. It says Siesta on Deck, USAT Republic. So this was a troop transport that served with the U.S. Navy during World War II. And between March and November 1942, it served on the San Francisco-Honolulu run. It completed a total of 7 voyages during 1943 and 1944. The Republic operated off of San Francisco, transporting troops and supplies to Hawaii and South Pacific. So I thought this was really interesting. And I love how they're just like, I just love how real this is, how they're all just crammed on this boat, how well this photograph was preserved. Here is another aerial view of this boat. And then look at this boat. These are the boats that they would use back in D-Day. Look how they're all just crammed in there. This was for pretty short voyages. And here's some more. Look at all these wonderful photographs. It's just part of our history. And here is showing the staff quarters at Camp Ord in California. And again, there were over 21, I think around 21 training facilities during World War II in California. There were several in Washington. There's one actually in Vancouver, not too far from me. Here is a weapon that I did some research on that they used in World War II. I believe this was the 75mm Pacific Howitzer M1A1, and it was on a carriage. M8 was used primarily in light divisions. I don't know that for a fact, but I just did some research and looking at the looks of it. Gosh, it looks pretty high tech for 1940s, but they had some crazy weaponry back then. They actually used weaponry like this in World War I, but they, updated them and used them again in World War II. Here's some more photographs. I'm not sure what he is standing in front of. Some kind of weaponry or part of a machinery or something. This is actually Army Airfield in Vancouver, Washington. And I'm not sure the date on this, but this Pearson Field. And this is actually not too far from where I live. Looks very different than that right now. Here's another one. I mean, look at these photographs. Oh, and here, actually, this looks really similar. What it looks like now, Grant Avenue, Vancouver Barracks in Washington. You can actually drive through this area, and a lot of it is still preserved and looks the same. I believe that is still there. There's a car driving through it. And again, a lot of these barracks Row, U.S. Military Post, Vancouver, Washington. Actually, a lot of these are still standing, and you can actually walk through and get tours of these barracks in Vancouver. I haven't done that before, but now some of these pictures, I don't know if they are in training or if they're out in the field somewhere in the Pacific Islands or Germany. I'm assuming a lot of these were the troops that fought in the Pacific, but I'm not exactly sure. Some with their military uniforms on. Here are some of my favorite ones. Here they're training. And you can see the lighting of the gunfire. Now again, I don't know if this is training or if they're out in the fields during the war. I'm not sure. Here's another one. This is a larger picture. So here are some more military pictures. Now this is interesting because, as you can see, this is a decomposed body still in the military uniform. When it looks like it's in some sort of coffin, but I'm not sure why they took a picture of it open. And then again, you see these makeshift box coffins here, and I think there is a body in that one too. Now, I did a little bit of research, and I found out that a group was searching for the bodies of U.S. troops, discovered graves that they believe contained more than 30 Marines and sailors from World War II. And more than 1,000 troops died on the Pacific atoll of Tarzan, which was the scene of a 3-day battle with the Japanese in November 1943. So again, I don't know, where this was from. It could have been one of the bodies that they had dug up. I'm not quite sure, but I thought that was a really interesting photo. It kind of shows you the horrors of war. Here is some more photographs really showing the military. They're kind of like relaxing. I believe this is a training facility in California. It's kind of what it looks like. Here's a gentleman in his uniform. So another thing I found out is the basic reason why California has such a large concentration of Army installations during World War II was the large amount of sparsely occupied land, which could be purchased or leased for minimum fees. So that was one reason why there was 21 training camps in California during World War II. Now here are some loose photos that didn't quite fit in the album. This almost looks like it's photoshopped. This huge U.S. Army, I don't know if that's a blimp or looks like a giant rocket. And then I love all these photos of these young men dressed in their uniforms, proudly posing for the pictures. This guy looks like he just woke up. These men are both in their uniforms. These are some of my favorites right here. So there were over 100 photos in this album, and loosely put in the album from World War to around late 1930s to late 1940s, and some just, there was a few, you know, little papers like this and stuff, and illustration like this, maybe of his girlfriend or his sister or something. But yeah, and I feel like these are priceless. I feel like these photographs can be used in a museum, can be used to teach history, never forget. And I just love learning about all these photographs. I'm still researching these photographs and what I'm seeing in all these photos. But yeah, $2. I saved this from the bins. Gosh, I don't know what would happen to all these photos if I hadn't saved them from the bins. They probably would have just been thrown in the trash. So I'm so glad that I found these and bought these and can cherish them and research all of them. But thank you so much for watching my video, and make sure to check out everyone else's videos that participate in this open collaboration.